All right, we are getting into module number 5, week number 5. We are over halfway through this semester and it's going swimmingly. We are continuing with the value of skepticism, which we're going to write an essay on. That essay is going to be due workshop next Monday, and then the final draft the following Sunday. So we have 2 weeks out to get this done. It was assigned last week, I gave it to you. This week, we're doing a summary of the value of skepticism. This summary is going to be required for the paper itself. You're not asking the reader, hey, go read the value of skepticism and come back and you'll understand my essay. We're providing the necessary summary for them. Also, we're going to be providing them with a working definition of skepticism from the essay itself. And that way, when we apply it to something within our contemporary setting, we are giving the reader the lens by which they can evaluate our amazing rhetoric. So, right now, first things first, because you can't do them second, we are working on the summary of the value of skepticism. And then moving on from there, we have the essay prompt. Now, this essay prompt, again, the rough draft is going to be due next Monday. We're going to workshop this next week. And then from there, it's going to be due the following Sunday. So we are lining this up to get this completed within 2 weeks. We have M-5, OER module number 5, more on research. You do need to have research in your essay. And then we have a resource quiz. I always love quizzes after OERs. And then we move on to the story of stuff. And the story of stuff is a fun video I like because it makes a lot of crazy claims. It utilizes a lot of different bits of research, and it is really ripe to rhetorical evaluation and consideration of the manner in which they are supporting the main claims. And so we're going to work a little bit with that. With the primary stuff, you need to go ahead and do a story of stuff outline. Now, the speaker within the video is going to give you all of the points of the outline. You need to lay out the overarching idea or main claim, the thesis of the story of stuff, and then you'll have to list out each of the elements, the underlying claims within the story of stuff, and you'll have to write a statement in regards to how those claims are supporting the main claim. So we're just looking at how this thesis is supported by the underlying claims. Moving on from that, we have M-5 OER module number 5, 3 ways to persuade, another look at the rhetorical triangle. And the rhetorical triangle, I may ask you at some point, what is the rhetorical triangle? And somebody might say, well, that is a ethos, pathos, and logos. And that's the elements of the rhetorical triangle. It's not the rhetorical triangle. The rhetorical triangle is a means by which we evaluate the effectiveness of rhetoric. And I don't care. I'm not tripped up on like the actual verbiage. If you want to say it's a tool that we utilize to gauge the effectiveness, it's a mechanism by which, it's a lens by which we gauge the effectiveness. The main thing is it's something that we're utilizing in order to discern the effectiveness of some rhetoric. Now, the components of it are ethos, pathos, and logos, sometimes kairos. But saying that the definition of the rhetorical triangle is ethos, pathos, and logos is like saying, what's the definition of a car? And you said, well, it's a steering wheel and 4 tires. Well, it's elements of a car, but it's I've been told, not the car. We move on. We have 3 ways the story of stuff persuaded. So what we're doing is applying the rhetorical triangle to the story of stuff, breaking down how it worked rhetorically, looking specifically at the elements of rhetoric as they are applied. Then we have M-5 and OER of Module 5 on argument. And then we get into the research portion of this week. So it's a separate section. It's the same thing that we've had going forth. With the research component, this one's about magazines and on news sources. So that is pretty much our week. We have a lot going on. I'll still have office hours. If you have questions, please stop by the office hour or you can always email me. All right, let's have a fantastic week. Thank you.